See what it does. Hey, there we go. We're recording. Hello, good morning, everybody. This setup is the camera setup is by far more convenient for me since I moved my desk around. I used to use my phone here, and I used to have to prop it up on stuff, and it'd be kind of precariously balanced. And yeah, I guess if I use the webcam to the computer, it's right in front of me. I don't have to, juggle or whatnot. But the downside is you kind of behind me is the window, and I'm worried about white balance issues or whatnot. But and then with my glasses too. Not that I'm vain, but if you when you take a picture, you angle your glasses, you don't get the reflection of the monitor. But you'll just have to deal with that, I guess. So anyway, good morning. Today is, what is today? Today's 9/29, September 29th, 2016, almost October. It is, it's my day 140. Tomorrow, I would put a new patch on. However, my insurance, and I love my insurance, and I'm not going to tell you who my insurance is through, but because my gender marker at my employer is the M for male, when they run the script for my estradiol, the computer denies it. And so I'm not complaining. I know what to do. I know I have to call and I have to explain my situation. And they'll look at the notes and they'll say, well, yes, of course. And then they'll force it through. I understand the reason why. I'm not complaining. It's just, it happens every time and I'm used to it now. So, bow wow, not complaining. Chin up, cheerio, whatnot. This video, this morning when I got up, it was a little chilly. And so I put on this cardigan that I love. Okay. Today's really the first day that I got to wear it because of the weather. Well, my daughter came out as we were getting ready to take her to school, and she's like, oh my gosh, your clothes. And I was like, in my mind, the inner demon, the inner voice is like, oh, your daughter is ashamed of you, your whatnot. And it took me a minute, and I had to say, calm down. And I had to say, look, ask her about it. And I did. And I kind of said to her, I said, when you say something like that, I guess my first thought is that you are ashamed of me. Your father is, for the last, where are we now, September, I started kind of dressing, not quite full-time, but as close as I possibly could to full-time, because I'm not out of work yet. And when I pick up my daughter, I still have to put on the male drag. But every other time I'm wearing women's clothes, and my goal is to incorporate my voice again in wherever I go and whatever I do. But the inner demon was, your daughter is ashamed of you. It's that unfortunate triangle of shame and guilt and fear. And so again, I wanted to just record that. Excuse me. So I asked her and I kind of said, can you kind of share with me what is it about when you say what you said this morning? And what she said was, I'm not used to you. You have new clothes, which is true. I had never worn this cardigan before in her presence. Okay. And, and I said, okay. And she said, it looks good. And I was like, okay, well, pendulum swung the other way. My daughter likes me, approval. But then she said, and I said, well, thank you. I said, it's important. And then she said, but your shirt doesn't go with the cardigan, because I had on my pink floral that I always wear when I'm around the house. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me try something else out. So then I put on a blue shirt, and then it turned out to had too much green in it. With my daughter telling me, well, it has too much, it's too green. I'm like, okay. I have this other one, which is a blue floral, but I don't particularly, to me it's a little dressy. And so I said, well, you know what, I have this gray mock turtleneck. And she said, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I put that on. And again, just addressing the fear, just how quick I was to assume that she was, ashamed of me or criticizing me or whatnot. And, again, you put on your big girl panties and you're like, world, I'm better than that. I'm not 12 years old and seeking approval, but we do it, Really, that's about it. There was something else a couple videos ago. Again, a person commented, and I appreciate the comment, about not, it seemed like Master Yoda, telling Luke, his Empire Strikes Back, and he's like, I've always watched you from afar, this one has always looked to the distance, looking away from where they are, never focused on where they were, that to enjoy your current surroundings. And I think I apologize somewhat if I always seem like I'm like on a schedule and I kind of say, these are things that are going on in my life, and I want to record them in the blog here because, when before I went through transition, I didn't know what to expect. And, life does go on, but there are things that are inconsequential, like every day, I'm going to get up, going to go to work, whatnot. And then there are milestones, like when you start your hormones or you get your letter or you start laser and whatnot. But for me, as part of what's going on in my life, it's kind of holistic. Things are connected to other things. And, yes, I kind of, to keep myself going, I'm like, well, in October I have different things going on, some legal stuff going on. And, but that doesn't mean I don't appreciate where I am today. And that's what my mom had kind of said to me before when you kind of, you kind of start to go, oh, not a pity party, but, things aren't as good as I thought they were, or something's wrong. And my mom would always say, well, but look at how far you've come. Look at where you started from. This is September. If I go back a year to where I was this time last year, I was just kind of scrambling around trying to come up with a plan on how I was going to transition, how I was going to pay for it. What would my then wife think about it? What would my daughter think about it? What would happen at work? All that crazy, fear. And I'm trying to remember, when did I start to make videos? Made videos in May, maybe. So, there's no record of that time. So I guess what I'm just saying is, again, we live in the moment, but we kind of keep an eye to the future. And, again, to accept where we are, that's the other thing too. And, I'm just babbling now. That's okay. I looked this morning for, dead hairs from the laser treatment, and I had a hard time finding them. I look at myself in the mirror and I see the gray shading, and it's not as predominant as it once was. So there's progress, and yes, you look to the future, but you also live in the present, as they say. And that's it. So that's it for today. And like I said, here we are at day 140. And I am looking forward to being color coordinated here. Might do some makeup too. I haven't done makeup in a while. I haven't had the opportunity. Usually, I don't know. Life is funny, isn't it? All right, so that's it for today. Hope everyone's doing well, and we will see you later. Bye, good luck.